Hey friends, welcome back to the Live Legacy Now podcast. You have met Sarah. She's back with us today because we want to talk about a topic that we both can relate to. So think back to a time, I know you're married now, so this is not applicable, but remember back whenever you were dating.
Okay.
And you met a guy and he seemed to check all the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second date came around and it was not really giving what it seemed like it was going to be.
Right. We've all been there, I think. I
Right.
think we've all experienced some sort of like, oh gosh, what did I get myself into and how long am I stuck here?
That's exactly why we hope that you're listening to us either at the gym, on a run, in your car, because we want to talk to you today about how to choose the right real estate agent for you. And I almost said the perfect agent for you, but nothing is perfect.
Nothing is ever perfect, but this is how to get the best relationship to benefit you as either a buyer or a seller, and what things to look for, to avoid when you're selecting an agent to work with.
The reality is there are over 5,000 licensed agents in the Tulsa area right now. And that is just overwhelming.
That's a lot to think about.
So many choices. And so we want to give you 3 things that you can actually use to help you when you are deciding who your real estate agent should be. And honestly, buying a home is probably the biggest investment most people are ever going to make in their life.
You're exactly right. The biggest investment, the biggest asset that you have. And that's probably why you shouldn't rely on your best friend's third cousin who has sold one house to be the agent that you select. And I mean, note, we want to make sure that you support your friends and your family, but at the same time, this is such a big money investment of time and energy and effort. You've got to make sure that you've got the right person on your side.
Right. And another thing that we want, so we're going to give you some interview questions to ask the agent. But like Sarah, I want to touch on something Sarah just said. The first thing that we want to promote is if you have a good relationship with an agent that you have used in the past, one thing that we highly rely on is repeat and referral business. Now, they say that, I thought this was a startling statistic, 85 people would use the same agent, but only about 15% do because that agent did not stay in contact with them. Those are called orphan clients. And we love to pick up those orphan clients because it is your agent's responsibility to stay in touch with you after the transaction.
And I think that statistic even goes further, and correct me if I'm wrong, that says that they don't even remember their name. Like, how often are you texting and communicating with your clients during a transaction? That blows my mind that somebody wouldn't even remember somebody's name.
Yes.
Let alone, I mean, I get that things fall apart and, agents are busy and so that they're not as great at staying in touch, but forgetting a name.
You don't need to feel obligated to use the same person if they didn't stay in touch with you. But if they did, please reach out to them first. So that's the first thing we want to say. The second tip that we would like to give you guys is whenever you're asking some interview questions, think about whenever you applied for a job.
Okay.
There were always interview questions, right?
Yes.
Well, it should be the same with a real estate agent. And a great question that you can start with is this your full-time job?
I love that question.
So tell our listeners why that's so important. From your experience that we've walked together now for about 18 months. So Sarah's got a lot of experience under her belt. Why would somebody want to choose a full-time agent versus a part-time?
Well, how are you going to communicate? Or what if some big issue comes up that really needs immediate handling? If your agent has their focus and attention on another side hustle, on another full-time job, their availability is likely not going to be able to allow them to handle whatever that situation might be. And with what I've learned in real estate so far is that there are lots of things that come up and require immediate attention. And it can't wait until 5 o'clock. Or if it happens even at 5 p.m., sometimes it needs action before you turn in for the night. So it is a full-time job, and you want somebody that has the availability to take care of you and to handle those urgent needs.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, the second thing that I want to encourage people, a good question that they could ask is, how many homes have you sold?
That's another great question.
Now, I don't want to exclude any new realtors. I'm not trying to do that at all. The amount of houses that someone has sold doesn't always equal their level of competency or their level of experience or professionalism.
Sure.
And yet, the more times we do something, the more things we learn each time.
That's right. And I think with a new agent, which I'm one now, is that they have somebody that's helping to guide them, that they can ask questions to. Almost every new agent has somebody that they can ask that has the experience, that has been through all of those different situations or scenarios that they might need assistance with. So and a new agent is rarely ever on an island by themselves trying to take somebody through this big purchase or big sale.
One thing that I remember one of my mentors saying is that he was interviewing an agent to come to his brokerage. And before they came over, he looked at their social media.
Ooh.
So this is kind of a touchy subject. Mm-hmm. And the person that you portray on social media needs to be congruent with the person that you really are. Mm-hmm. And that can go a couple ways. So Craig Rochelle says, don't compare your real life to everyone else's A-roll, which is like, some people show only the highlights on social media. And I'm not saying that that is good or bad. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is what he said is, he was looking at this girl's social media. When she came in, she has a degree, she has a real estate license, she has a couple of transactions under her belt. And last weekend, she was getting wasted on a boat with her friends, So boats are great. Friends are great. What you do on the weekend is your business. And yet people aren't going to trust the biggest purchase of their life to someone who may or may not be acting a way that they may or may not agree with on the weekend.
Right. Yeah. And all of that plays into exactly who you are as in totality. And your social media needs to be a reflection of all parts of you. So it needs to have a little bit of what you do, how you do it, and who you serve, as well as some of your personal things too, because that's how people relate to you. So it has to have some personality.
Right. And just legacy, we like the 5 F's: faith, family, fitness, fun, and finances. All of those things should be on your social media, because I want to say something too. Agents, if you're listening to this, you need to interview the client too, because not all clients are a good fit.
That's true. And it could be a bad date that way as well.
It could be. And I've had times where I've had to release the client because we didn't really see eye to eye. People need to understand that real estate agents also have a personal life. And so if someone gets upset with you for not answering a text at 8 p.m., it's probably not going to be a good fit for me because I have family, Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to text me at 5 a.m., I'm on it.
Right.
But, and your personality and your work ethic and all of the things that you value are going to come into the relationship, even when they're not said.
Definitely. Yes.
And so what would you say would be another thing that you've learned? Those were my main 3 that I wanted to share. Can you think of another thing that they might want to ask?
No.
Okay. Well, all right. So that's it. There you go. That's the main thing. Is you want to make sure that they, another thing I was thinking about is, who do they have behind them? What is their team that they have behind them?
Absolutely.
What brokerage are they at? Mm-hmm. And do they have a mentor? And I think anyone that has done less than 5 transactions needs to have someone walking right beside them to help them through the transaction.
Right. Everybody deserves the first chance, right?
That's right.
And that's how we have all gained experience, no matter who you are. Everybody was 16 once and learned how to drive. It's the same with starting a career or anything different. It just takes a little bit of practice, and you have to, when you're 16, start with somebody driving with you, learn the rules of the road. It's not just like, oh, here you go. Here's your license. Good luck. So yes, it's important to make sure that a new agent has somebody that's walking through the transaction with them, whether that's buying or selling.
And here's another thing, with everybody having all this access to social media now and their phones, and everyone thinks that they're going to be an influencer, make sure that your agent that you hires a professional to take their photos. What's the statistic of how long buyers are look at a house before they scroll on?
It's about the same as what social media is. So it's about 3 seconds is all you get before somebody scrolls. Now, if it's something a little more catchy, they might come back to you. They might scroll past and be like, wait, what was that? And then go back. So that's why photos are so important for yourself and how you portray your own self, because you are your own brand, but also making sure that photos and everything else online, as far as the sale goes, all equal to how beautiful and valuable that property is.
Right. So it does have to do with price, and you don't want to you want to be in agreement with your agent on price, but there are a lot of other things that go into it. And so we just hope that today you got a little bit of insight on what are some things you should ask your agent. And also, as Sarah alluded to earlier, I saw this billboard the other day, and it said, your cousin has sold 3 houses. I've sold 600. Who are you going to hire? You
Right.
know? And yes, we all do love our family, but you don't want to trust the biggest investment of your life to somebody who doesn't have the experience to advocate for you and get you what you need, because the real estate process is complex. It's not just I put a sign in the yard, I get an offer, and I go to the closing table. There's 56 steps that get you from A to Z, and you need someone educated to walk through that with you. And we would love to be that
Yes.
person. We would love to interview and give other agents, like I said, we'll give you the interview questions. And just we want you to get the most for your house and also have the best experience possible.
Love that. No bad dates.
No bad dates. All right. So, thank you for spending time with us today. We always have a 3, 2, 1 at the end. 3 things you learn, 2 things you share, 1 thing you're going to execute on. So, 3 things you learn. Number 1, hiring a real estate agent is just like any other job. There should be an interview. Number 2, you want to have a full-time agent. We don't want to have a part-time employee. And number 3, the agent might also fire you. So you might want to be nice and take into consideration that agents do have lives outside of helping people with their real estate needs. What are 2 things we want them to share?
So this podcast would be amazing. And also share the notes from this, because we are going to drop those interview questions in the caption for you so that you can use those, utilize them. So share them with anybody you know that might be interested in buying or selling. It doesn't have to be even in the Tulsa market.
Right. Yes. Good point. And the one thing we want to execute on, whether you are a buyer looking for an agent to help you buy a home, a seller looking for someone to help you sell your home, or if you're a new agent looking for the right place to fit in, a brokerage, Legacy could be the place for you. And one of our Legacy agents definitely could be the person for you to help you make those dreams a reality and achieve your goals.
Yes.
So thank you so much for spending time with us today. Please come back. Please like, subscribe, share this. And remember, your legacy is not what you leave behind. It's what you are living out every single day by all these decisions. So have a great week, and we will see you soon. Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you so much for your time today. If you got value out of what we talked about, please share this with someone that you want to start living their life with purpose, on purpose. And remember, you are living your legacy right now, and I cannot wait to see you again next time.